Hi there. I want to say hello to all of our guides for a walk through Bethlehem. And I just wanted to make a video to spend a few minutes maybe answering some more questions that you have now that you have your script and you might have looked through it and gone, what is this? What is this about? Just to answer some questions that you might have. So, first of all, thank you so much for volunteering to do this. We are very excited. We feel like God has put in position the perfect people for every job, and these guides for us are very exciting because we feel like all of you are going to do a fabulous job, and we can't wait to see you in action. So, I wanted to go over a few things for you to answer questions that you might have. And then you already have this sheet, but I might go into more detail about some of this information. So, what to expect? People are registering online, and when they register for a time slot, they will show up for that time slot. They will check in with our check in crew, and they will be directed to refreshments where they will get hot chocolate, coffee, cookies, whatever we have available for them on site. And from there, one of our beginning hosts, which is still not you, will come and get them, gather them as a group, and tell them a little bit about Bethlehem and lead them to the city gate, the entrance to the city. That is where you will be. Okay? So the beginning host is going to give them coins that they will have to use to pay taxes. So you'll notice in the very first section that this is talked about, and they have to pay the tax collector before they can get into the city. So they will have those in their hands and they will be directed to you. So the storyline is that you are already going to be going through the town because you are there for the census in Bethlehem. And you have agreed to take this group of people who are also traveling into Bethlehem through the city, trying to find them a place to stay. And as I'm sure you've read through your script, each vendor and merchant and townsperson that you talk to is giving little snippets of the story of how people are longing and yearning for a Messiah to come, for things to change. They are hearing rumors of a couple that has come to town and had a baby, and that she claims to be a virgin, and that this baby is somehow very special. And then you end up at the manger. So all of these little pieces fit together. Um, as you're going through the city, remember all you male guides are John and females are Hannah. This makes it easier for everybody across the board to say your name and call your name. So if you hear that, that's you. So you probably have seen that in your script as well. As you're going through town and you're leading the groups to talk to each merchant, we are hoping that people have time to really savor every moment, to get involved in the story. And so, your job in carrying them through is to help them with that experience. There may be more time at some merchants than there are at others. And we know that we might be pressed for time, so you might have to run things quicker than you might like to have in the beginning, but hopefully that will all run smoothly and you'll have time to stop and enjoy and let the people really experience our version of Bethlehem. So, as you're stopping at each vendor, you're going to need your voice directed to the people. So, remember, a rule for acting on stage is to never let them see your back. So obviously, you're leading them through, so your back will be turned. But as you talk to them, keep in mind that you can turn your body towards the group and towards the vendor that you're talking to, and sort of keep that voice range open for them. You may have to lift your voice a little louder than usual, especially if you have a large group. We're asking for no more than 20 people in a group, and hopefully that will work out really well. So just keep that in mind, that we want them to hear you well and to hear the story, that enunciation, speaking slowly and clearly, and making sure that we're facing our group is going to be of utmost importance. So as you're going through, I've already mentioned to the actors that it is possible for the guides, because you are talking to so many different people, to miss a cue or forget which vendor you're talking to and not say the line that sort of triggers their mind for their lines. And so they know to kind of go with the flow, to improvise, to help maybe say the line that you were supposed to say in a different way so that it still comes across. As long as we're getting the true meaning of each little snippet of the story, we're going to be fine. But I don't want you to stress about that. I know you have a lot of lines to memorize, but please do have them memorized. We really don't want to have to carry a sheet around or a script around with us. If you need to look at something between your groups, you're welcome to do that, because you can have one hidden somewhere where people wouldn't notice you looking at it. So you'll need to stay near the city gate so that each group that comes up, if it's your turn, then you will be ready to lead them through the city. What we hope is that as you finish a group, you will have time to get something to drink, to rest your voice for a few minutes, to sit down even for a few minutes. But please stay in that area in case you are needed again. And we need to watch our time, hoping that those of you who are in pairs, Matt and Hannah, Catherine and Paul, and Adam and Ashton, since there's two of you, you can kind of watch the group, make sure they're not straggling behind. For Cody and Dennis, we are hoping to have someone with you. That is, unless your wives want to participate with you and just kind of be a shepherd behind and keep everybody together. They wouldn't have to say anything, but just let us know about that. Otherwise, we'll assign somebody to that role that we already have planned for costuming. So, if we happen to be running behind, what we will do is let you know, and we will tell you specific merchants to skip for that round. So if groups are getting close together, if you're leading a group and you see there's another group right behind you and they're really sneaking up on you, maybe skip a merchant and go on, even if you haven't been told, which one to skip or that you need to do that. We also have two ladies in place who are gossips in the town, and they're going to come and stall a group that may be getting too close to the group in front of it. And they're going to be talking to them about all the rumors they've been hearing and kind of hold them up. But we won't be able to do that if there's another group behind them that's also catching up. So it's all about timing with all of our groups. We're going to try to get enough time between all of you where we don't have to worry about all of that. But if we are really slammed with people wanting to come through and wanting to see the story, we may have to push groups through a little bit quicker than we had anticipated. So let's see, what else? Be flexible. Yes, I mean, you guys are doing an amazing task here. And so give yourself some grace. Be flexible with whatever may happen, with skipping vendors, with spending extra time with vendors. Maybe we're like, hey, you guys have plenty of time, so use your time wisely. Um, so when we get down to rehearsal, praying that you guys are able to have all your lines memorized by then, you will kind of get to see the flow of things and how going to each one will feel. And it even at Homestead Hollow will be different. So it's a lot wider of a space, as far as there's a lot of distance between some of these places. And so you may just chit chat with some people. Have you heard about this Messiah? Have you heard the rumors? Just kind of fill some space in. You could remind them, hey guys, watch your step. Oh, there's some roots over there. Hey, this gravel feels a little loose. Just things to keep them engaged. You may find some Jewish jokes. I mean, some of you might like that, but Jewish dad jokes might be kind of a hit. So just be prepared to fill space, to cut time, and this is the first time to do this. So we're all going to be learning and figuring out how it works and taking all the feedback that we can get for the future. If we get to do this again, that we can just be 10 times better than we were this year by having the experience under our belt. So um, I want to tell you a little bit about the end of the story. I'm sure if you've read it, you saw where you end at the Nativity. The shepherds have come. They have been telling this story of the angels coming to them, and they're so excited. But that excitement will get to you as well. And you will, feel this bubbling up in you where this really could be the Messiah. I believe this is really the Messiah. Did you hear what they said? It was angels, and they told who this was. And look at this baby, and she's a virgin. And, it wells up within you to the point where you want to go tell other people too. The shepherds run off to tell others, and you're like, you know what? I've got to go find somebody to talk to about this because this is incredible. So let that excitement really come and show the people that it really and truly is a special baby and that you want to share the story, which is what we're hoping to do. So I'm praying for you. I am trusting that God will give you favor and that He is going to bless you in this time and that it's just going to run smoothly. It's going to go great because of our goal to glorify God and to share the gospel because it's not about us. It's not about any individual person. It's not about our church, but it truly is because we want people to hear the story of the gospel. And at the end, they will have heard that it doesn't end in the manger. That's not the end of the story. It doesn't end with a baby, but this baby grows up to be a great example for us. And he dies on the cross, but he is risen again. And he loves them very, very much. And we're hoping that that's what they walk away with. They walk away with feeling the Spirit moving in them rather than thinking about our church or any individual person. And we know that you'll be praying about that with us. So if you have any more questions that you can think of, please let me know and I will clarify as well as I can. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys November 17th, where we'll run through it all together. Thank you so much. Have a blessed day.